Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. This video we're in Dungeon Crawl Classics. This is going to be the video on the funky dice chain and how it works. And I'm mostly just going to read the section on the funky dice. If you're going to play Dungeon Crawl Classics, it is recommended that you get all the weird dice. But if not, they have a way you can do it without, do it with the regular D20 dice. So without further ado, this game utilizes polyhedrons of unusual shapes. Specifically, it utilizes the standard suit of dice as well as what the author refers to as the Zachi dice. As an experienced gamer, you undoubtedly own the following standard array of dice: a D4, a D6, a D8, a D10, a D12, a D20, and D percentile. The Dungeon Crawl Classics RPG also makes use of the Zachi dice in the following configurations: D3, D5, D7, D14, D16, D24, and D30. You may purchase these dice from your local game store, ask them to special order if they do not already have them in stock, and from any of these sites: GoodmanGames.com, GameScienceDice.com, ImpactMiniatures.com, Chessex.com, and CoploGames.com. It is easy to substitute for the funky dice with regular dice sets. For example, a D3, roll a D6 and divide by 2. For a D5, roll a D10 and divide by 2. For a D7, roll a D8 and re-roll on an 8. For a D14 or D16, roll a D20 and ignore rolls above the die face threshold. For a D24, roll a D12 and a D6. If the six-sider is odd, add 12 to the D12 roll. For D30, roll 1D10 with a six-sided control dice, add +0 on a 1 to 2, +10 on a 3 to 4, and +20 on a 5 to 6. So if you needed to get by playing the game without the funky dice, that's how you would do it. I would highlight, and not necessarily highlight in the book, but I would highlight that section on page 17 for your players or for you as the game master if you're running it. The dice chain. One of the most fun aspects of using funky dice is in a rules set is getting to roll those dice. Many traditional RPGs utilize modifiers to dice rolls as a way to express improved success or failure in an action. For example, an attack with an offhand weapon may incur a -4 penalty, or an attack against a motionless opponent may grant a +4 bonus. DCC RPG utilizes this traditional modifier system, but also employs a system of swapping out die types where the modifier is sufficiently large. Although D20 is the core die mechanic in the game, there are times when the players may be instructed to roll a D16 or a D24 instead, depending on whether the action has an improved or reduced chance of success. Sometimes there will be multiple dice swaps impacting a die. For example, a spellcaster may be particularly good at one kind of magic, granting him an improved die, and he may also be operating under the influence of a magic item that grants him further improved die. The system for moving up and down different die types is known as the dice chain. The dice chain is represented as follows: D3, next is a D4, then a D5, then a D6, then a D7, then a D8, then a D10, then a D12, then a D14, then a D16, then a D20, then a D24, then a D30. Whenever the rules instruct the player to use an improved die, this die choice moves one step to the right, culminating in a D30, the largest dice that can be used. When the rules instruct the player to use a reduced dice, his die choice moves down one step to the left, culminating in a D3, the smallest die that can be used. Multiple steps can switch the die type 2 or more steps, and combined improved and reduced results can offset each other. Modifiers on the roll, such as +1 or -2, are applied to the result on the new die type. And that is everything. So when you're playing this, say you're rolling a d20 to climb something. Okay, it's raining out, so now you no longer have a normal climb. Now it's a little bit more difficult, so you'd roll a d16. Maybe you're being rushed because you're being chased. Now it's a d14 because you're trying to hurry through it. Now, on the other hand, maybe you're picking a lock and you're really good at picking locks. So instead of a d20, you get a d24. And maybe your lock picks are magical or can aid you one step further. Now you get to roll a d30 to pick the lock. That's more or less how the dice chain works. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Hope this video helped. Until we all game again, guys.